A very warm welcome in the class of improper integral, specifically dedicated for the problems related to this. This topic comes under the module of integral calculus under mathematics 1. Myself Rupak Bhattacharjee, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, GIS College of Engineering. Now, as this lecture is completely dedicated to the problems only, obviously the prerequisites for this particular class is nothing but the idea of what was delivered to you in the previous classes related to improper integral, and that means we need the concept of improper integral, we need the concept of its types, as well as we need the idea and the verification tools for finding out the convergence of the improper integrals given to us. So these ideas are already delivered, so we are now just going to apply all those ideas in the coming problems related to improper integration. So let us start this. Our first problem is to find out or to evaluate the integral minus infinity to infinity dx by x square plus 1. So here we are getting this type is under, the lower limit is also infinite and upper limit is also infinite. So according to the structure, we can write it as minus infinity to 0 dx by x square plus 1 plus 0 to infinity dx by x square plus 1. Now the next line we can write it as limit p1 tends to infinity integration p1 to 0. Now think about, if I write p1 tends to infinity, then I have to write minus p1 over here. I don't want to write minus p1. To make it more simple, I am writing it p1 tends to minus infinity. So it will be p1 to 0 dx by x square plus 1 plus limit p2 tends to infinity integration 0 to, it will be now p2 dx by x square plus 1. Now in the next line we can just write that limit p1 tends to minus infinity. Now this is a very simple integration. We can write it as tan inverse x, then p1 to 0 plus, in the similar manner we can write limit p2 tends to infinity, the integral will be as after evaluation tan inverse x and 0 to p2. So now the problem of integration is completely converted into a problem of limit. If the limit exists for both the cases, then the result will be available in finite form, otherwise not. So proceeding further in simplified manner, limit p1 tends to minus infinity, we can write it as tan inverse 0 minus tan inverse p1, then plus limit p2 tends to infinity, we can write it as tan inverse p2 minus tan inverse 0. So it is very simple and just step by step, no step jump is performed for the first problem. Now tan inverse 0 then minus tan inverse minus infinity, then plus tan inverse plus infinity, then minus 0. Now we know that tan inverse infinity is pi by 2 and tan inverse minus infinity is minus pi by 2. So ultimately we get 0 minus of minus pi by 2 plus pi by 2 minus 0. So we get actually pi by 2 plus pi by 2, that is pi. So this is our answer for this particular problem, and we can claim that as we are getting a finite result for this particular improper integral, that means it is convergent. Now moving for the next problem. Our problem is here given as minus infinity to infinity x e to the power minus x square dx is equal to, actually we have to prove that it will be equal to 0. We have to prove it. Okay, that means our job already is here. We have not to check whether it is convergent or not, because it is asked to prove it is 0, so obviously it will be convergent. So what we do, we will start our problem from these basic steps: minus infinity to infinity x e to the power minus x square dx. Okay, so the next line can be written as minus infinity to 0 x e to the power minus x square dx plus 0 to infinity x e to the power minus x square dx. Okay, now according to the last problem, what the process we have adopted, limit p1 tends to minus infinity, integration p1 to 0 x e to the power minus x square dx plus limit p2 tends to infinity, integration 0 to p2, then x e to the power minus x square dx. The approach is totally identical with the previous problem, just our internal calculation for the integration will be different. So now we can write x square as u, so 2x dx is du, so x dx is du by 2. So this by 2 is taken outside, because this is a very easy problem. I am not going to show you elaborately all this basic calculation. So p1, what I have uttered basically, p1 to 0, now we can write it as e to the power minus x square, then d of x square. This d of x square means 2x dx, 2 cancelled out, so x dx is balanced. Then plus limit p2 tends to infinity, integration, this one will also be adjusted with half, 0 to p2 e to the power minus x square d of x square. Okay, so in the next line what we can write, that half limit p1 tends to minus infinity, just we are doing the problem as it was given to us, then integrating this, what we get, e to the power z dz, that means simply e to the power z. So what we are getting as e to the power minus x square, but the limits will be p1 to 0, then plus similarly limit p2 tends to infinity, there will be one half outside of this problem, then it will be again e to the power minus x square, and the limit will be 0 to p2. Clear? Now in the next line, basically I can leave the problem to you also, because this is the simply the application of the next limiting cases. So it will be half, then limit p1 tends to infinity, if we apply, then what we get, limit p1 tends to minus infinity. Now putting 0 over here, it will be 1, then minus e to the power minus p1 square plus half limit p2 tends to infinity e to the power minus p2 square minus 1. Now this half is as it was 1 minus, think about it, if p1 tends to minus infinity, p1 square will be tending to infinity, e to the power minus infinity means 1 by e to the power infinity, 1 by e to the power infinity means it is 0. So you can write it 0 here. Similarly, plus half p2 tends to infinity, p2 square tends to infinity, e to the power minus p2 square means 1 by e to the power infinity, 1 by e to the power infinity means 0, then there is a minus 1. Okay, so what we get finally, half then minus half, so it is 0. So what we have to prove as asked, it is proved. So our job is done. So all the problems what you are going to get are basically the problems of this one. Just we have to follow the structure what we have learned already, and we have to convert the given problem into that particular formula. So proceeding further, we have another problem, 0 to infinity dx by 1 plus x into root over x. Okay, so we have to check whether it is convergent or not, and if it is convergent we have to find out the value. So in the next line we can write that what is the problem. The problem is at 0 to p. Okay, so now what we can write, limit p1, or you can write it as p tends to infinity, we can write it as 0 to p dx by 1 plus x root over x. So you have a question, rather I think you should have a question, that there is a problem in this 0 also, because if you put 0 here, root over 0 is 0 and 1 plus 0 is 1, so 1 into 0 is 0, so this is also a point of infinite discontinuity. But what we do, we will just change the problem to by assuming x is equal to u square. So what you get, dx is equal to 2u du, and obviously you have to think for the limit also, x and u. X is given from 0 to p, so u will be also from 0, but when x is p means u square is p, so u will be up to root over p. So what we can do, that integration 0 to infinity dx by 1 plus x root over x, we can write it as limit p tends to infinity integration 0 to root over p 2u du by 1 plus u square to root over u square, that is u. So this u and this u is cancelled out, that is why the effect of this 0 is not coming into the problem. But until and unless this 0 is, this u is present, you can't proceed for the problem, because it is not going to give you one expression where the point of infinite discontinuity is not present. So it will be, now after cancelling u and u, it is 2u and it is 1 plus u square. Now the problem becomes very easy, because we can write it as limit p tends to infinity, then this 2 is out, and then du by 1 plus u square means it is tan inverse u. Tan inverse u from 0 to root over p. So what we can write in the next line as 2 into 2 is taken outside the limit form. 2 into limit p tends to infinity, then tan inverse root p, tan inverse root p minus, if you put 0, that is tan inverse 0. Tan inverse 0 means 0, but initially we can write it in this form. Then 2 into p tends to infinity, root over p tends to infinity, so tan inverse infinity means we will get it as pi by 2. Then tan inverse 0 is 0, so ultimately we get the answer as pi. And our question was, check the convergence of this integral first. So once we get it a finite value, we can claim that it is convergent, and the result of this particular integral is pi. Look at this, when we are checking it for this different type of problems, that is why you have to solve it and you have to reach for the last step. But any one of these problems or the given problems, it falls into the category of those standard types like dx by x to the power n, dx by a minus x whole to the power n, dx by x minus b whole to the power n, in these forms. Then also we can compare the given problems with those formula, so that we can conclude about the convergence of the problem before solving them. But ultimately, if it is convergent, we have to find out the value, and as we have to find out the value, we have to solve the integration or the evaluate the integration. Okay, so now we are coming into the next problem. The problem is also same, that is we have to find out, examine the convergence, and if it is convergent, then we have to find out the value. So it is now integration 0 to 1, it is dx by root over 1 minus x square. So we check that if x is equal to 1, then this part becomes undefined. So x is equal to 1 is the point of infinite discontinuity. So how to proceed? We have to proceed in this manner, that is limit epsilon tends to 0. We can write it as 0 by 1 minus epsilon dx by root over 1 minus x square. We are not approaching, rather we are not crossing 1 or touching 1, we are approaching to 1 with the help of epsilon. Now in the next line we can write it as, let the limit epsilon tends to 0, then dx by root over 1 minus x square is sine inverse x, and the limit will be here 0 to 1 minus epsilon. So what we get is equal to limit epsilon tends to 0, you can write it also 0 minus over here, that is we get sine inverse 1 minus epsilon minus sine inverse 0. Sine inverse 0 is 0, it is the standard formula, we know it. So what we can write, if epsilon tends to 0, it is sine inverse 1. Sine inverse 1 means the result is tending to pi by 2. So this is the result, and after the examination we get that this given problem of improper integration is convergent, and the value of this improper integration will be pi by 2. Now if we go for the next problem, the next problem is something like this, integration 0 to 4 dx by root over x. Suppose this is our problem. Now at 0, look at this, the problem is having infinite discontinuity. So how to approach? It will be limit epsilon tends to 0, integration 0 plus epsilon, as it is in the lower limit it will be plus, in the upper limit it was minus in the last problem, 0 to infinity to 4, then dx by root over x. Okay, now we can write it as limit epsilon tends to 0, after integrating we get it x to the power half, x to the power minus half in the numerator. So x to the power minus half, after integration it will be x to the power minus half plus 1 by minus half plus 1. That means x to the power half by half, that 2 will be coming in the upper part. So 2 into x to the power half, that is 2 into root over x. Okay, and 2 into root over x from 0 plus epsilon to 4. So in the next line what we can write, that putting the value of 4 here, it will be 2. So it will be 2 into 2 minus 2 root over 0 plus epsilon, where limit epsilon tends to 0, it was coming from here. So in the next line what we can write, now we are taking the limiting value, it is 4 minus, if epsilon tends to 0, it is root over 0, root over 0 plus epsilon means it is 0. So it will be like this, 4. Okay, so what we get, 2 0 plus epsilon. So if epsilon is tending to 0, so ultimately we get it to 0, and 2 into root over 0 means 0, so ultimately it is 0. So we get the value is 4, and this is the result of this integration. Finally, if you go for another problem, suppose the problem is 1 to 2 dx by root over 2 minus x. This problem was actually judged in the last class when we are checking the convergence criterion for this one, and it is having the problem in the upper limit, because if you put 2 here it will be undefined. So what we can do, we can start this problem by that limit epsilon tends to 0. We can write it as 1 to 2 minus epsilon, as it is in the upper limit, dx by root over 2 minus x. Now limit epsilon tends to 0, you can just simply take this as p, you can substitute or whatever you can do. Ultimately you can find out the result of this integration, and the result of this integration will be minus 2 root over 2 minus x, and our job is to make it from 2 minus epsilon. But before putting the values, if you can recall this part, that integration a to b dx by b minus x whole to the power n is convergent when n less than 1. It is the convergence criteria, and it is also 2 minus x to the power half, so it will be convergent, is discussed in the last class. But ultimately we have to find out the value of this integral, because it is convergent we are claiming. So we will write in the next line that limit epsilon tends to 0, putting 2 minus epsilon over here. So 2 minus epsilon, so 2 cancelled out, it will be plus epsilon, so it will be minus 2 root over epsilon, then minus minus plus 2. If you put 1, 2 minus 1 is 1, so 2 into root over 1. So this is the case. Now if you put epsilon tends to 0, so it will be giving you 0, and the root over 1 is 1, so ultimately you will get the value as 2. So you get the result as it was desired. So finally I want to conclude here, and I want to mention that you please do all the assignments related to this particular class. Obviously you have to use the technique for improper integral and the idea and the condition for convergence for this one. So I want to mention that these are the references I have used for preparing this lecture. And finally, I want to thank you all for your kind patience. Happy listening, happy learning.